So this is also another analysis on USD So I just got this signal. I wanted to share it to the free community, but I wanted to reanalyze the whole thing, then show you guys how I'm going to pick the entry on USD and then you watch me analyze the pair right here with you. Then you are going to watch the results probably in the future, which is yet to come. So the pair is USD and I'm starting from the weekly time frame. Alright, so let's break it down. So on the weekly time frame, I have my weekly supply zone over here. If you watch the pre-market analysis, you remember that that's exactly where I marked my supply zone at on the weekly. So that's my supply zone, and then I have my demand zone over here on the weekly. Now I also have my weekly demand also over here because price broke out of here to the upside, but it will make more sense when I mark it on the lower time frame. So on the weekly time frame, I have my weekly supply and my weekly demand. So let's go to the daily. So here on the daily, I have my daily demand zone over here. I have my daily demand zone over here. I'll mark another demand zone right here. Yeah, that's okay. So let's move on to the weekly. So here on the weekly, I'll adjust my zone to like here. Okay, so now we are on the 4 hour rather. So on the 4 hour, okay, let me re-explain everything. So on the weekly, I have my weekly supply and my weekly demand. So the market has moved from a demand zone all the way to a supply, and this is a very strong supply zone. So I'm going to be selling on USD all the way to the downside. I'm going to be selling on USD all the way to the downside because this is a very strong supply zone. That's all. Now let's go to the daily. Now on the daily, I have my daily demand zone here and another demand zone here, which price can react to. But on the weekly, we are expecting price to sell off from here all the way to the weekly zone. That's what you are expecting on USD So we are not going to contemplate on that against the daily. The weekly is always much stronger than the daily, so we are going to respect the daily. So we are still looking for selling opportunities on USD CHF. So let's go to the 4 hour. Here's where I'm going to pick my entry up. Now on the 4 hour, I have this 4 hour demand zone over here. And I have another 4 hour demand zone right here. So on USD CHF, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell from here all the way to the daily demand zone. I'm going to sell all the way to the daily demand zone. My stop loss 30 pips. Don't want it to be above 30 pips, so we get a good risk to reward. Yeah, my stop loss has been set. So that's that on USD CHF. Let me put the coordinate out so that I can share the signal with the community. So yeah, that's it on USD CHF. And let me see, we are not going to take this signal because this trade is going to be a very long trade and our account is not big enough. One thing you have to know is if you want to swing, you swing, but make sure your account is big enough to make you enough profit. Now, for when I started, I always wanted to swing because it helps me, but now I don't want to swing all the time unless the account is a big account. That our $100 account or $200 account isn't going to make us anything. I want to swing on a big account. Like on my 100k account, I can swing comfortably, but I won't do the same on a $100 account. The difference is very big, because if I swing on a 100k account, let's say I risk 1% and I hit TP, let's say 5%, that's $5,000. But on a $100 account, if I risk $10, that's $50, and I'm going to hold a trade for, let's say, 2 weeks for $50, whilst I can go to the lower time frame and break it down. So that's why I'll go to that's why you've been seeing that recently our trades hasn't been coming from the higher time frame at all. So what's going to happen is, what we are going to do is, if USD CHF has about 2 minutes to close, if it closes below this zone, creating a bearish engulfing, then we will sell. Our stop loss will be above here, so that we can get a very good risk to reward and use a bigger loss size, which we can get a very good profit. So on USD CHF, all we have to do is wait for the next 2 minutes for this candle to close, then we sell. I'm not going to wait for that on the video, but I'll send a signal right after the candle closes. If we are going to sell, I'll let you know. If not, then we wait. But watch this video, do the same assignment as the first one, which was on JPUSD. You analyze the same pair and use the same approach to analyze more pairs. If you have any question at all or don't understand anything, you can let me know and I'll get you sorted. Alright, that's that on today's video, and I'll see you on the next one.